Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I'm just making a banner today. I am using up some paper that I have had for a little while in my stash. It is Blue Fern Studios Jane's Memoirs. This is the bouquet sheet. I've used just one sheet of this actually, and I used up some paper that I've had in my stash for a while that I got from Michael's, I think it was, some of this purple collection. And then I've also used some sparkly paper, Recollections paper pad. It is this purple color. And let's see, I have used up some of the chipboard in my stash that I've had, that I cut off for albums and that kind of thing. And so I just pulled out a bunch of my chipboard pieces one day and went ahead and cut them out to tag size. And then I started cutting the banner shapes by basically using a centering ruler. And this one happens to measure 5 inches in width, and I cut them to 6 inches in length. So halfway, I measure halfway, and then I use this ruler in order to find 1 inch up in the center, just like this. This black line happens to be the 1 inch mark. But anyway, I mark that. And then I've been using my Tim Holtz scissors from Tonic Studios to cut the chipboard. So pretty easy, just watching movies, doing this. I covered the backs already. I'm using Vintage Photo Distress ink for the edges. And let's see, I've left a couple uncovered in different stages here to just cover one together with you. So I went ahead and distressed all the edges. I covered the backs, like I said, and I'm just going to quickly distress the edge here. I've used this tool right here by Prima in order to roughen the edges and just get any overhang off. Okay. And I'm kind of just playing around with this. So there, now the back is done. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. So what I did is, once I cut the chipboard, then I took my Artisan cardstock. This is the dark green olive color. I laid it down, the chipboard on top of the paper, and then I just used my straight edge knife to cut around the paper. Make sure you have the top up if you have a pattern paper that you're using. So let's see, because you might not be symmetrical, and then you don't want to waste your paper. But like I said, I pulled these papers out of my stash. I'm specifically looking for something with some purple on it. And then I'm going to use my bone folder, make sure to get out any air pockets. And that's that. So I've already have that one covered. Okay, put those aside. Okay, next one. So I just did this step. Next thing that I did is I took my purple, and then I put the sparkly one on top of it. I glued them together, and then I'm going to be gluing this decorative page right on top of that. I just love this paper. It's just so pretty. Just eyeballing it here. Trying to make sure we have the same showing all the way around. It's pretty close. Okay. That's good. And before I glue it down, just to show you, I hold on to my little chipboard pieces. I've mentioned this in my videos before, that I try to use these up so it's very easy to cut. So I'm just going to place this down. And make sure to leave some space at the top because I want to put some eyelets on mine, so I can string them together. I'm just going to place some glue here on the back. And this gives me a little space, you know, a little bit of dimension. Go. One more. There we go. Okay. Using this art glitter glue. Then again, I'm just going to eyeball it. Use my bone folder and press it down. There we go. Okay. It's starting to come together, just like that. So I'm going to turn those over and I'll keep going. So here's the finished product. I made 5 little banner pieces, and overall size measures 5 by 6 inches. And I used, again, the blue fern paper, some sparkle paper. I've used some crackle finish. I've used some velvet trim to make the bows on the end. I pulled out some things from my stash, like this little cherub, these 2 little, I guess, charms, that kind of thing. So I'll show you this one. This one is just plain. I thought it was very pretty by itself. And then here's the next one, where I just cut out a piece of the paper, distressed the edge with this little tool here. And then I used the distress ink around the side. I used this little metal piece, embellishment piece, and then I put a little pearl, a flat back pearl in the middle. And then I put on here some of the Nouveau drops available, crystal drops available at Country Craft Creations. I used some piece of lace trim that I have that's just hearts, and I cut it off for a single one. I pulled out an old metal piece that I got, I think, out of like Michael's dollar bin. I think it was $1.50, and there was like 3 or 4 of the metal pieces. different words. And then I used the crayons, the distress crayons. Let's see here. Just the picket fence distress crayon, and then I just rubbed it into that recessed area of the metal piece, and then I put some lace trim here, and I strung it together with this ribbon trim, I guess. It wasn't long enough to just string it all the way through, so I put knots here, and the knots were pulling through after I put my eyelets. The knots were pulling through, so what I did is I just hot glued the knot right into place, and then that holds it tight. So this is one of my gifts for a Secret Santa exchange, and I'm not showing this until after she's received it, so but I hope she enjoys, and I look forward to seeing your banner pieces. I know there's a lot of swapping going on of banner pieces for the New Year's retreat, and it just gave me inspiration to make my own. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing this, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye.